Hello guys, another ranting video today that I'm gonna talk about here in my Card Senpai cave. So recently the One Piece, I would say that there's been some feud between One Piece, Dragonball, Pokemon. A lot of the things that I see is a lot of these Poke Bros, One Piece fans, influencers, I don't know, community, or kinda, I would say, or kind of arguing everything online. And guys, we're just collecting cards, but at the same time try to be civil. People right now are trying to talk about which is a better investment, talking about all the manga cards, red manga Luffy's that are skyrocketing, and same time Logan Paul's Pikachu's been sold, and the Logan Paul video of opening One Piece box break as well. So right now there's like this unnecessary arguments of card collecting between collectors, right? Truly, if you're a collector, a lot of the people would not even care about other people's ideas, not only ideas, sorry. They don't really care about each other's own taste of collecting, right? Just because you collect Digimon doesn't mean that I collect Yu-Gi-Oh! That we can hate each other. So, I just want to talk about the rant between One Piece and everything, right? I noticed this hate started when One Piece got popular, and then Dragon Ball started to rise, and a lot of this One Piece, and now the Pokemon 30th anniversary. I think those, in my opinion, I think those cards are fan made, custom made, the Pikachu mangas, and a lot of this One Piece are saying, oh, this if this is real, Pokemon is copying One Piece and copying off its mangas, but in reality, One Piece did not create manga cards, okay? So all you One Piece collectors, I collected Japanese cards and I collect all Japanese exclusives, and One Piece mangas are not the godfather, not the pioneer of manga cards. Okay, they also had Dragon Ball from Memorial, Dragon Ball Heroes set in Japanese, only exclusive to Japanese, which is why you English collectors are not aware that there's manga cards lying around that makes you not aware that besides it being printed in Japanese, there is no English existence, right? Manga has been around, but just One Piece just made it popular. In reality, like One Piece made it a trend that oh manga cards this and that, but they are not the actual founder of manga cards. I'm gonna put a sample on below. You could see the red manga Luffy, and then you could see the special memorial pack cards in Dragon Ball. Again, only Japan exclusive. And for me, if you've seen the cards in person, you'll agree that these cards are actually way better than the One Piece manga's cards because of its uniqueness in texture, glossy, and reflection, right? We care about how the card looks, and One Piece mangas are great. I give the edge to One Piece in terms of size of the card because the card for the Japanese they're much smaller. They're like Yu-Gi-Oh size cards, right? And it's basically for it's like a collector's item. So not many people are aware of it, but there's a stigma that One Piece created this manga trend, but the trend's been around. It's just English people aren't aware of it. So Pokemon, if Pokemon does goes to the route of doing manga cards, which I don't think they'll do because Pokemon is not a franchise where they can how can I say they actually don't need that One Piece blueprint because Pokemon has done many things correctly in the past few years, which is creating cards that are just sought after. But one thing I hate about Pokemon is they do not create, they keep recreating, reprinting, and remaking a lot of these same cards over and over again. Blaziken, how many Blaziken artworks we had? But we have no Swamperts. We have no Totodiles. We have no like literally the Feraligatr EX came out, but that's the Mega, right? But We barely have love for Gen 3 and Gen 2. They always reprint a lot of these Charizard cards, these Gengar cards. Yes, they're popular, these Umbreon cards, but there are so many cards that are also on the list of what people love to collect, right? Not these so-called reprints of Charizard, reprints of Blazikens, reprints of Rayquazas. So what I want to see is I want to see a Jirachi alt art. I want to see something new, right? I'm tired of this common over and over again. How many Psyducks we had? How many? A lot of these cards that were printed, they're reprinting it again, right? So we actually don't really get a lot of the Pokemon that we want to complete for our, maybe you could say, IR master set. I'm trying to collect 1 to 386 in the Pokemon IR or SAR for my binder, but there's so many pages that are blank because Pokemon yet or refuse to print them, right? So what can I say but just literally they haven't even made a Kyogre card. They haven't made a Jirachi card. They haven't made there's so many. Who else? They haven't made what's the name of that Armaldo? What fossil was that with yeah, I think that's Armaldo, yes. What else? There's so many cards that I could think of. Totodile, Cyndaquil, at least IRs. Literally, like, even Gen 2 don't really get much love. I know we have some of the Gen 2 from Miltank. We have some of those cards that are printed, but at the same time, we don't need, again, so many different artworks of Blaziken. Actually, I'm getting tired of that fire chicken because it got so much cards that where's the love for the rest of the Pokemon? Or where's the love for the rest of the Pokédex? Literally, right? So I'm a guy that I want to collect a set and put it on the wall, and hopefully I could make a video and make a completion video and do my videos for YouTube in the future with all 386 Pokemons on the wall. That'll be pretty sick, right, guys? And the only way that's gonna happen if Pokemon can literally like print each and every Pokemon and make an existence of each card because they made a Zapdos, they made an Articuno, right? But they don't make a Moltres. Yes, they make the Team Rocket Moltres, but that's not a normal Moltres. So, what's one thing great about the hobby is the actual motto, gotta catch 'em all, which is almost impossible, which is why I only collect 1 to Gen 3, and maybe hopefully someday I can extend to Gen 4, but most likely I won't go anything longer than that because maybe Pokemon won't even print those cards later down in the future because they're just taking too damn long. And yeah, that's just my rant for today. I got some free time and I wanted to drop this video before I head to the gym. Okay, guys? So thank you guys for listening. Thanks for everyone who watches this video, and if you're watching this long, thank you for tuning in and always listening to my conversations. And yes, please like and subscribe, and hopefully this channel can grow and I could maybe collab with some of these YouTubers and share the insights of what goes on here in Japan, because many people or influencers thinks they know what goes on in Japan, but you don't really know until you actually live here in Japan and you see what's going on. There are some shady things that card shops here in Japan does, and also some pros and cons, right? But I would like to talk and have some conversation with other people as well, maybe even some Japanese locals here, or foreigners here that also uh, Japan like residents as well, to talk about their experiences here in Japan and the card collecting hobby, which I've been collecting for almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. And yes, it's a pretty fun hobby. I met so many great people, sold to so many great people, and traded with so many great people. I've traded with some people like from Card Secret. Andrew is a good guy. I traded from Fuku Fuku as well, and yeah, there are some great card shops, but there are also some very shady card shops. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to me. Bye bye. Peace out.